Welcome to Treat Your Dog, a baking podcast presented by Doggy Dessert Chef. Each week, you can bake along with us and make tasty homemade treats for your pups. Let's treat your dog! Hi bakers, it's Tennille, and we're going to be making some cheesy yellow squash treats this week. This recipe needs a little bit of prep. You'll need a cup of cooked and mashed yellow or summer squash. I cook mine the same way you'd make mashed potatoes. Give the squash a good wash and then cut it into pieces. Place your squash pieces in a pot full of water and bring it to a boil, then turn down to a simmer for about 15 minutes. Once your squash is cooked, mash it with a masher or fork. Make sure it's completely cool before moving on to the recipe. Mixing with hot boiled squash is very dangerous. You'll also need half a cup of shredded cheese of your choice, 2 tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese, half a tablespoon of dried basil, and half a cup of brown rice flour. You also need a mixing bowl and a spoon or spatula. Prepare your baking sheet, line it with parchment paper, foil, or a silicone baking mat, set it to the side. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So mix your squash, cheese, Parmesan cheese, basil, and brown rice flour all together in your mixing bowl, and then stir it until it's well combined. Once your dough is completely mixed, you're going to roll it into balls 1/4 of an inch big and place them about an inch apart on your baking sheet. Then you're going to want to bake it for about 10 to 15 minutes until browned at the edges. So I'll give you a chance to get that in your oven and we'll be back. All right, treats are done. I'm sure you noticed that the dough was a little wetter than we're used to, but as you see, it came out just fine. Make sure they completely cool before feeding to your pups. I ended up with about 2 dozen treats in total. Any that you don't feed right away, make sure you refrigerate. There'll be a link to the recipe in the comments. Come back next week for another tasty treat recipe. Happy baking! All these recipes have been carefully researched, but we cannot rule out the possibility of food intolerances, and it is essential that you speak with your veterinarian before feeding your dog any homemade treats. For more recipes, visit doggydessertchef.com or find us on Facebook, Doggy Dessert Chef, where you can join our Treat Your Dog podcast group. Don't forget to subscribe for more treat recipes.